Earlier this month, and for the first time ever, the Cattle Feeders Hall of Fame induction ceremony was held in conjunction with a cattle industry convention and NCBA trade show. Cattleman to Cattleman reporter Kate Maher has more from this excellent event.
Thanks, Kevin. We're here tonight at the Cattle Feeders Hall of Fame, which is quite an honor to be at. It recognizes the best and the brightest of the cattle feeding industry and those that have given their careers and dedicated their lives to the cattle feeding industry. We're here tonight with one of the 2019 inductees to the Cattle Feeders Hall of Fame, James Herring from Dallas, Texas, Freonia Industries. Mr. Herring, thank you for being with us, and what an honor it is to talk to you.
Thank you, Kate. It's really an honor and a great pleasure to be here tonight. These are people that have grown our industry and have innovated our industry and have built our industry over the years, and it's a great pleasure for me to be included in that list.
Absolutely, it is a great list. You've spent your life in the business of feeding cattle. It takes a special person to do that. What are some of the lessons you've learned over the years in being involved in this industry?
Well, I've learned that there is risk in cattle feeding. You have to be aware of that. You have to be situationally aware. Your antenna has to be up 24/7. You have to have some deep pockets sometimes. But the thing I loved about the business is every morning I woke up, there was an opportunity to hit it over the fence. So it created an atmosphere of not only urgency, but opportunity with every decision that you made. And that really brought relevance to the whole thing. So that's what I found really challenging and great about the business.
You talk about opportunities. What do you think are opportunities that lie ahead for this industry?
Oh boy, I'm glad you asked that question. We spent a lifetime trying to vertically align the system to deliver a more quality product, a better product, more consistent product to the end consumer. So that's where I think the opportunity is. Today, Freonia's head count delivers about 5% of the industry's fed beef every year. And so there's 95% that are still commodity business and not aligned and not delivering the consistent product that we need to compete with poultry and swine. So that's the opportunity.
There's a lot of protein out there competing, and you talk about vertical integration. What's your message to your supply chain, to the people that you're buying cattle from? What's your message?
Well, what we did at Freonia is create a virtually vertically aligned system that allowed everybody from the stocker operator all the way to the retailer to be involved in the production system to get the benefit of a delivered product, branded product that was different. And so when you do that, you create opportunities for those suppliers to create a supply chain that's 24/7, that gives value for their product and gives value eventually to the end consumer, which is the big key. And once we found that actually worked in a series of retail establishments across the country, we went from 4,000 cattle a month to 1.3 million cattle a year. So I think that's the way to go. I think that's the business of the future, and I think everybody should have their efforts directed in that way.
Great points, and you're right, the consumer should drive everything that we all do in the beef industry. A lot of industry expertise here in the room tonight, some past honorees and your fellow honorees. Talk about what it means to be included in this group of cattle feeders.
Well, this is the 10th year, so this will make 20. And these are the people that began the industry, that built the industry, that innovated the industry, and created a multi-billion-dollar business out of really virtually nothing. We moved the business from the Midwest to other areas of the country and created these large integrated companies that have relevance and critical mass and that can compete every single day. And these are the guys that did that, and I'm thrilled to be included in that list. That's like winning the Super Bowl.
It is the Super Bowl of the cattle business and the cattle feeding business, isn't it? Mr. Herring, thank you for your time. Thank you for your contribution to this great industry of ours. We really appreciate you being here tonight.
Thank you, Kate, so much for the interview. Appreciate the time.
With that, Kevin, we'll send it back to you.
You can find out more about the Cattle Feeders Hall of Fame and their effort to gather stories and images to help preserve the history of U.S. cattle feeding by visiting the website cattlefeeders.org.